Paul.
And my name's Jonathan. Hello.
Hello. We're going to talk to you today about Appreciative Inquiry. This is part of a series of films that we're making looking at collaborative working.
What is it?
So Appreciative Inquiry is a tool for looking at how we can improve things. It's a different approach, focusing on what's positive in situations or organisations.
Okay.
And building on that.
It's a way of thinking, isn't it? It's a way of approaching.
It is a way of approaching things, yeah, find solutions.
Yeah. So you're going to pick that apart a little bit and explain?
I am.
Great. Appreciative Inquiry.
Okay.
Yeah, what does it mean?
Appreciative? Well, appreciative is about finding what's good in something. It's about building on positive things. It's about looking at people's strengths. It's focusing on what's good in a situation.
Yeah, okay. And then the inquiry part?
You may be able to guess this bit.
I think I do.
But really, in this situation, it's about asking good questions. It's about being really curious about what's happening. It's about trying to understand together what's working.
Yeah, and I think there's something really key about good questions there, isn't there? In terms of appreciative inquiry, they talk about questions being interventions. Actually, if you find the right questions, the good questions, they're the ones that really help and support.
Yeah, and if you're working as a group, it is about all of you asking those questions so that you build a really good understanding of what's happening and what can work and what can improve and what you're doing really well to start with.
Okay, so what's it about, I guess?
So it really is about a different way of approaching something, a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
It is about not focusing on problems, because that can sometimes have a very negative effect, particularly sometimes when people feel that things are personal and they feel as though they're not doing well or they're failing at something. If you start with, this is what you're doing wrong, it can set you off in a really negative way of thinking. Whereas appreciative inquiry, on the other hand, starts with, okay, what are we doing well?
Yeah.
What are our strengths? What are the good things that are happening currently?
Okay, so why does it matter? Why does it matter? Sorry.
I think it matters because I think it changes the way that we look at things.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's really important. There is a classic example of a sunny day. So you get two people.
Yeah.
They come up to each other. The first person says, "Isn't this a glorious, beautiful, sunny day? I love warm weather."
Wow.
Very positive.
Yeah,
your reaction to that is, that's nice.
Yeah.
Second person, this is awful. I can't bear hot weather. I feel uncomfortable. I feel sweaty. It's just not nice.
Yeah.
Now, those two people, if you meet those two people, you have a different reaction to that, don't you? The one that feels positive, you kind of work on that vibe.
Although it's really positive, that person. It depends how well you know them. But yeah, you do, absolutely. The fact of the day is still the same.
It is. And I think around appreciative inquiry, it's looking at, okay, let's start with what's positive about this and build on it. That's not to say that there aren't things which may not be good for some people in that situation. But actually, if you start with looking at what's good and you build on that, then you're far more likely to have a far more engaged and positive outcome.
Yeah. Okay. So that's about understanding the way you think and being able to shift between ways of thinking in order to explore different options.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about exploring options, asking good questions to find out what works and what can work better in the future.
Okay, so when do you use it?
But you can use it in lots of different situations. So you could use it in your team. You could think, okay, how are we going to focus on this particular issue and sort that out?
So what issue might you focus on?
Well, you could focus on something, say waiting times, which is an issue in the health service when people feel they have to wait too long for their care and for their treatment.
Big issue,
Now you could start that going, this is awful, this is absolutely shameful, your team are doing really badly and keeping people waiting. Or you could say, okay, what's working really well here?
In terms of the wait?
Well, in terms of the whole thing. So if you look at the whole thing, you might ask questions to say, okay, when someone rings up, that's the first point of contact, what might be working well? So it might be the person that answers the phone is really friendly, very supportive, very understanding, listens to you. So you've got a starting point. You've got something where you can say, okay, this is working well, what could we make better about this?
Okay, or the environment, you could start looking at the environment in terms of what improvements could be made there in terms of how you feel, weight, all that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you could do that, and you could say, okay, in that situation, when someone rings up, what else would help them? So you could look at, would the person answering the phone have a bit more information, so they can give you more information about how you might wait, how you might get support whilst you're waiting, where there's information around that could help you. So those are all things which you can start to build a positive framing of how you'll improve that service.
Okay, as opposed to just looking at it and thinking we just need to reduce the time. Actually, there are alternative ways of doing it.
Yeah, but that's the explore bit again, isn't it? Exploring what might work and what could be good.
Yeah, or the inquiry bit.
Or the inquiry, absolutely.
See that? Linked it back in there.
Beautiful.
Okay, that's it. That's us done then. Thank you very much. That's AI, isn't it?
It is AI in a nutshell.
AI in a nutshell. That's it. Cheers, Paul.
It's been great.
Well done. If you want to see any of our thinking behind this, we've come across some links and stuff. So there's a couple of films and there's a website that really clearly talks about what Appreciative Inquiry is. If you just look at the links below. Fab. Bye.